Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the parent-child hierarchies. For the parent-child hierarchies, what I am going to do, the existing cube that I have created, I am going to add an employee table. Employee table is nothing but, in the employee table you will have the manager ID. Like manager is nothing but he is also employee. So your manager is a parent and employee is again the child of that. So and both are referring to the same table. Now what I will do, I will add a new table, add and remove tables. Here I'll have the employee table where we can see the self reference key also. So it's a dim employee. I have added the dim employee. Okay. Now automatically a relationship will be created, and now you can see in the dim employee, when I click it, you can see the self reference. When I click open that key like arrow, I can see the same table is referenced by the parent employee key and the employee key. Parent employee key is nothing but it is a manager ID. It's a kind of the manager ID is a employee ID. Now what I'll be doing, I want to add one column, so I'll just go here, add a new named calculation. I'll name it as a full name. Full name. And what are the columns we have it in the full name? So I want to name it as I'll click OK. Expressions. I want to see the name. Also I'll just click the cancel, and I want to see the employee name. So the employee name is first name and last name. Okay, now I got the first name and last name. I'll go to the named calculation. I'll write a full name, and here I'll give the first name plus last name. Space. Done. Now a named calculation will be created. If I see the browse, export data, now I can see employee name is first name is Guy and last name is Gilbert. If I see the first for full name, it will be Guy Gilbert. That will be there. I am closing this, and what I'll be doing now, I'll create a dimension because I already added the employee table. Now I am going to add as a dimension, new dimension. In the new dimension, I'll select the existing table which is already I have added that, so it will be the employee, and employee key is the primary key. Good. Next, I don't want to get it, that is related to employee. I don't want that. And in employee, I want to get the first name, last name, middle name, title, hire date, birth date. If you want to get the login email ID, okay. I want to get the phone number, material status, salaried flag, gender, take frequency, base rate. This is what I get. Okay, I'm good. And I'll name it as an employee, not the dim employee. Finish. Now when I does that, now you can see the difference. The parent key, if you see the other dimension like product dimension has a key, but if you see the employee dimension, we have the parent key which the symbol represents as a hierarchy format. We have created in the previous videos, we have created for the dim date, right? Date, and you can see here there's hierarchy here, date hierarchy. The same thing here for the employee. By default there was a hierarchy created here, parent employee key. What I'll do now, I'll process the queue. I'll process this only this one dimension. To see how the data looks there. Yeah, deploying and processing. We're full. So whatever the attributes you select, based on that the dimension will be taking processing. If you select more attributes, then the processing time will be more. That's the reason you don't get all the attributes which you don't need. Done. I am done with the employee. Now what I am going to do is, I'll go to the browser and I'll take the parent employee key. Now if you see this, I can see this is a what, 1112. Under this is the parent. Under the parent you got 7. Under 7 you got the employees. and under 14 you got the employees 14, and 14 has 3, 3 has again. So here what I'll show you one example. This is 12, 1112, where 112, who is the head of the 1112? There is a table. I'll go to the main table, employee key, where parent employee key equal to 118. It's a 118, 1112. When I select 1112, I'll get all the employees that are they assigned as a kit for, under the 112. Whoever is under 112, I'll get all the employees list. If you can verify the cube 7, 8, 14, 23, 7, 8, 14, 23, you add all the employees here. But now the variation, you can see the difference, you can see it here. When you have the employee IDs, you don't know what is meant by that. I only know because since I am the one who developed it and I know the relation between table, so that's the reason I know, okay, under this parent, these are the employees. Now the issue I will be facing here is, I know this is from my side, but if you user a business user someone selects this, you'll be confused. You will not be able like what is 7, what is 2. No, it doesn't know about that. For that purpose, what I'll be doing is I'll go to the dimension structure, go to the employee key. Instead of displaying the employee key, what I'll be saying is, don't display the employee key, just only display the employee name. Employee name, I did the full name, right? So I'll take the full name here. I have created one calculated column, that is a full name. So I'll take that as a name. Done. I'm good. Now I'll again reprocess the queue, like only this one dimension. Yep. Run. So it will be processed. Yeah, process is done. I'm closing it. Now if I go and see the browser, I'll reconnect it. Yep. Now instead of getting that, I'll get the names. Whoever employee is there, I'll get the names. Now one more thing you have to see here, the same employee has been given again. So if you see that David Bradley, you have the same David Bradley again. Under the David Bradley, you have the same name because that manager has the same name. That's the reason it's showing the same name as a repeated twice. Now we have to remove this duplicate name. For that purpose, what we'll do, we do go to the dimension structure. Okay, in the dimension structure, you'll have the properties here at the top. I'll come down. I'll select the parent employee here. This is where I have to change it. No. Yep. Members with data, I have to make non-leaf data as hidden. That's what I have to do. Now if I process the cube again, yes, I will browse that. Now I'll reconnect it. See, now that is removed. I'll only see the employee which is there. See, under David Bradley, I can't see him again. The same thing with Terry Duff, I can't see him again because that were removed. The duplicates were removed from here. This is way how you are going to give the parent employee key. Okay, this is a hierarchy. Like I can say it as parent child hierarchy. So we are good with this parent child hierarchy. Now I would like to show one more thing. Here if you click on the main at the head, I can see as a level 2. If I see again here, I can see a level 3. Under the level 3, I got the whoever is working on this, I'll have them. Then next, this is a level 3, and this one is a level 4. and if we expand something under the level 4, that will be the level 5. So I don't have any level 5. This is a level 5, so this is a level 6. Now you can see here I have the different levels, but in general, whenever you go to the company, you will be having a structure in a company. Like first you will have the head of the company will be CEO. Under the CEO, I'll just only say few structures. CEO, CIO will be there. Under the CIO, there will be a director. Under the director, you will have the manager. Under the manager, you will have the team lead. Under the team lead, you will have a developer. Let's assume this is a structure that I have. The same thing you can define your own structure here too. How to define a structure is you can select the parent employee key, and here you will have an option here. I have to search for that. There will be a template option. Yeah, naming template. When I click the naming template, this is how it is going to show. First is all. Okay. Next one is I can name it as a CEO, and the third one I can name it as a CIO. Fourth, I can name it as a director. Fifth, I can name it as a manager. Sixth, I can name it as a team lead. Then after that, I can name it as a developer. If you want, you can add few more. Now this is the way I'll define that, and I will process the cube again. Sorry, I'll process this dimension again, employee dimension. Yeah, during the process, in the initial it has shown full process, but now since I updated, so it will only deploy the updated one. So it will be very fast compared to the first time processing. I got it. Now I'll go back to the browser. Now if I see, I'll reconnect the queue. Now if I see here, if I select the first one, it will show who is all. He is a CEO. Second level will be the CIO. Under CIO, there will be director. Okay. So this is a director. Under the director will be the under director manager. Under the manager will be the developer, team lead. Under the team lead, you will have the developer. Okay. So if you can create, you can give your own structure here. That is in the naming template. You have to go to that hierarchy, and you will have the column called naming template. In the naming template, you can give your own structure. Who is the top level, what you will be called. Who is the bottom level, what you will be called. So accordingly, you can give them. That way, so whenever the user selects or whenever I browses, I can see the definition of it, whether it's a team lead or whether it's a CIO. That all I can see, like his designation. This is a parent-child hierarchy. So what we have did so far, we added one employee dimension which has a self-reference key. So when I added that, automatically a hierarchy has been created. In that hierarchy, when I did the browse after processing and after browsing the data, I have seen the IDs are being displayed. So which doesn't make any sense to the user. For that purpose, what I did, instead of the ID, because that were all nothing but the employee keys only. So in the employee key attribute, what I did, I went to the naming and I have given the full name which I have created at the beginning of the during my process where I have added the employee table to the view. That's where I have created one full name, which is a combination of first name and last name. So I have given that name. Now instead of displaying a key, I have given the name. After that, when I deploy, when I process the cube, I got that name instead of the IDs. And next, I got some duplicate names. For the purpose, what I did, in the here in the employee, in the parent key only, in the hierarchy only, you have to do that, not in the other one. In the hierarchy, you got the member in the under the parent child, you got the members with data. Under the members of data, by default it will be non-live data visible. So I have to make the data hidden. After making the data hidden, I will not be getting any duplicate. That manager will not be shown again. And next, for every level, if I want to give the name like top level is always a CEO and second level is CIO, and whatever the names I want I can give it. That way when I browse it, I can see, when I select that, I can see the designation here. Generally you'll not have multiple CIOs, but I have given the wrong. Assume that it's some other designation. Okay, so this is the way how it's going to work for me. I can give my own names and accordingly that will work. So we are good with the parent child hierarchy. And next I would like to show one thing in the same employee. I want to group the employees accordingly. I have the hire date. I want to group the hire date between this date to this date is one group, this date to this date is other group. How to do the hierarchy, how to group the hierarchy is, you got one discretization concept in the SSAS. So discretization means this is the one which I'll have. What I'll be doing is that I'll select the hire date, I'll go to the discretization method, expand it. Here I'll have automatic and it will divide the group accordingly, equal areas and clusters. I'll select the equal areas. In the equal areas, how many groups I want to divide, I'll select the groups as 4. Done. Okay, this is I did, but I didn't process the cube, just want to see the old data here. I'll go here, I'll see the hire date. When I click the hire date, when I expand, I'll get all the dates. Okay, now what I did here in the hire date, I have given the discretization where I have divided that into 4 groups with equal areas. Now I'll process the cube. Yes. Yep, my cube was processed. My dimension is processed. I'll close this. And now if I go to a browser and reconnect it, now you can see the hire date divided into different groups. This is the way how the hire date is divided. I have the hire date between 2006 01/28 to 2008 07/25. Next I got 2008 7/26 to 2008 9/1. Next it was 9/22 12/1, and then next I got one more from 2009 7/22 2012 12/28. So it automatically divided into 4 groups. This is the way how I can do the discretization. Okay, if you want to divide any group, then you can have this one. So today we have seen the parent child hierarchy and the discretization. So thank you guys, see you, will meet in the other video. Bye, take care.